Yo, what up, friends? And yes, we supporting our people. We love you. Thank you at Ball and Buds, everybody there. That being said, let's move on to our next category, which is going to be our MMA females. And so for this, it was very hard to pick four. A lot of good fights this year, a lot of good fighters. But let's go ahead and start from the upper left. In the upper left, we have, I believe, a person who may have served in the Navy with our own Clubber D. I'm going to need
a Marine. She was a Marine. She was a Marine. I think she was on the ship. And she was on the same ship. Who knows? But yeah, Liz Carmouche.
There is a rumor out there that Clubber D and Liz Carmouche may have been on the same ship together, may have hung out together. No, we are not sure.
No, definitely not. We like the same thing. We like the same thing. We stop it right there.
Oh, got that. All right. Never mind. Following very closely as to what Clubber D is saying.
Yeah, there you go.
Liz Carmouche is up there. In your second box on the top right, we have Alexa Grasso, who defeated Valentina Shevchenko at UFC 285 in March, with obviously, if you know, and Clubber D will get into, both Grasso is a Mexican-born champ, which I know he's going to talk more about, and also Shevchenko has been one of the greatest for a very, very long time. So I know he'll go into that. That also being said, in our third contender down here on your bottom left, we have the GOAT, right? I mean, I think by now we can say she's probably the GOAT, maybe. Amanda Nunes. There may be some debate on that, if you're looking at some others, but I would say she's up there. Amanda Nunes. And then finally, in your bottom right, we have Larissa Pacheco, who had an amazing year. Stunning. The favorite in the PFL, Kayla Harrison, in the lightweight finals. So, Clubber D, what are your thoughts on these four amazing female fighters, and who is your winner?
Hats off to all of them. Okay, like it's from. So I want Liz Carmouche in there because she was in UFC. She was Strikeforce. She's old school. She was actually Ronda Rousey's first fight in the UFC. She's been around, and now she's gotten her gold with Bellator, and she's the reigning champion.
She's been around that long?
Yeah, she's close to 40. She's up there.
Been around a long time. Jesus.
She's up there. But Liz Carmouche, she won both her fights this year. She had beat the ex-champ Leila McFarland out of Hawaii. So she's a beast. She deserves her flowers. Grasso beat the GOAT. She beat Valentina Shevchenko, and Valentina had ran through everybody at that weight class. Only time she had a competition was when she had to move up to fight Amanda Nunes. And even that fight was controversial as far as the scoring. So the fact that she beat Valentina Shevchenko and the way she beat her with the rear naked choke, you have to put her there. And then you got Nunes. She only fought once, but it was her final fight. And with her career, we have to give her flowers, okay? That is probably the best woman fighter. Only reason I say 1A, 1B, because I would like to see another fight or another two fights against Cyborg. Cyborg is probably one of my favorite female fighters of all time. MMA and boxing. I just love the way Cyborg goes about business. She's no joke. She wants to get in and out, no frills. She had called me the other day, but I changed my number. But yeah, so I had to put Amanda Nunes up there.
Wait, how would you know she called if you changed your number?
Because I put people in there as a. So our buddy Clutch calls the homie Lil Shane, and every time Clutch calls Shane has their spam likely. So I put that for certain people that I don't rock with no more. I spam likely or something like that. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? If you're dusty, it just might be like a speck of dust just come across the screen. I know. But the last person, Larissa Pacheco, so she beat Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison, so if you're not familiar with PFL does a tournament style to where the winner of the tournament gets $1 million. I love it. It's phenomenal. So I think MMA should be like that because they're fighting for that money, and you're making a lot more that you'd make any other promotion. So she beat Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison won that 145 prize 2 years in a row. And she had lost to Kayla, and now she's finally beat her. And the thing with Pacheco is, Kayla, small story, was supposed to go to the UFC and fight Amanda Nunes. They were actual old training partners, and then Amanda Nunes went to another gym. But when Amanda Nunes lost, that's when that blonde-haired, well put together woman who was like, "Oh my God, that's Kayla Harrison," because she was going to sign to UFC, but since Nunez lost, she is signed back to PFL, and now she lost the tournament. So stuff happens. But yeah, so I had to put her up there because she deserves her flowers as well as Liz Carmouche, even though they're not in the UFC, which everyone knows. But PFL just bought Bellator, so that's why you're seeing
huge.
Soon you're going to see the merging fights, and you're seeing Bellator fighters hopping into the UFC, like Michael Venom Page. He's fighting Kevin Holland, which should be phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to see a lot of, I want to see where the Pitbull brothers go, and Antonio McKee, Anthony McKee. I want to see where he goes as well. But yeah, Bellator has some good fighters. They're either going to be absorbed by PFL, which is on Showtime, and I'm not going to say that. I'll say that later for her. But Jake Paul said he's going to be fighting there as well. Francis Ngannou has signed, but Francis Ngannou's making money doing boxing, and they're giving him the liberty to do that, unlike Dana White. So PFL's going to be on the rise, and which is weird. They're on ESPN just like UFC. I'm pretty sure Dana's not happy about that.
Ooh,
pretty sure he's not happy.
Probably not.
But let's get to the winner.
Clubs Bangers. Clubs Bangers.
There we go. Bam! You see her. I mean, look at her. That's how a champion looks. Okay, Alexa Grasso, she beat the person nobody thought she would beat. Almost like Oshaki Foster, Alexa Grasso beat the GOAT, and the way she beat her with a rear naked choke, nobody saw it coming. Okay, nobody saw it coming. I thought it was gonna be another another girl they're sacrificing to Valentina Shevchenko, but no. She said, "Screw that! I don't care about your hype. I'm gonna beat you," and that's what she did. And she deserves to be Fighter of the Year, and probably one of the biggest upsets of the year across the sport of combat sports. She has to be nominated for that. Okay, along with another person we'll mention later. But that is why she's my MMA Female Fighter of the Year. If you don't like me, too bad. But you know what? I'm sending you a Clubby in the mail.
Yeah, she hopped on her back like a spider monkey, and I think I actually texted you at that time, and I was like, damn, I don't think I've ever seen somebody get a rear naked choke like that.
So yeah, it was pretty wild. I was actually where was I? That was after I met Joe Montana. I was at the homie Kevin's house. We watched it at his house.
Yep, and you did mention earlier, which we must note again because it's very important. She is the first Mexican-born UFC champion.
That is correct. There hasn't been that much parity or diversity in the women's champions, because a lot of the champions just have been like one or two people, because the division is fairly new, but it's just that Shevchenko's just been dominating this whole time. Like, I don't even think there's been I'm trying to think there. I don't know, there's been an American one. May have been. I'm just not, thinking too hard. I think Shevchenko, may have been an American champion, but yeah, she joins Brandon Moreno. I think Moreno's Mexican board. He's Mexican board. Cain Velasquez from America, but he has the brown pride tattoo. He was a UFC heavyweight champion. So there's not many champions. Excuse me. There hasn't been that many champions in this modern era that weren't born on American soil. There has been obviously with like Islam and Khabib and Adesanya and people like that. But I love seeing other countries getting a belt, because it's not dominated by America or Brazil or things of that nature. You got mixed martial arts is all over the globe. Okay. So I'm glad seeing all these new champions.
Yes, sir. And yeah, really big for her country to be able to represent them. Not only that, but it was done on the UFC's Mexican Heritage Night, UFC Noche. Excuse me.
Hey, she had the power of La Raza. Orale! La Viva La Raza!
Shout out Conan!
Let's go.
We love you, K-Dog. Shout out Conan, K100.
Shout out to Mexico. All the Mexican, proud Mexican Americans, Mexicans. Hey, shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
5,000.